Hello and welcome everyone to the World Arena Season 23 Masters Cup Grand Final Round. Hope everybody is having a fantastic weekend, and I, SW, will be your host for today. For today's agenda, we do have the qualifiers from their respective regions. Basically the preliminaries from Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, and the English-speaking countries in Southeast Asia, consisting of Malaysia, Singapore, and Philippines, all concluded. And these 4 players will stand a chance for the most honorable title, the champion of the Masters Cup, including the awesome grand prize. The champions for today will be receiving the Masters Cup trophy with their name engraved on it, and also a SEAEN Atamel SD figurine. And the runner-up will also be getting an Elia SD figurine as well. Later on in the stream, we will be holding a Q&A minigame event as well, and all you have to do is to answer the simple question by commenting directly on the live stream, and also please make sure to fill up the Google document form provided in the pinned comment section down below later on. The valid players who answers correctly will be able to participate in a lucky draw in the near future, and we will be choosing one lucky person to receive a SD figurine, Rika SD figurine, which includes a code that gives 500 crystals and 10 mystical scrolls as well. Later on in the stream, also we do have 2 coupon codes to be given out today, so please sit back and relax and enjoy the entirety of the stream. Good stuff, and we are just gonna be getting ready for the players, and then we'll be able to head right into the matches. So in terms of the qualifiers, we'll talk a little bit about the players for today as well. We do have Flynn. Alright, Flynn will be representing the Southeast Asia English-speaking countries region. Poo LD from Vietnam, also a very strong player. Very famous in Vietnam, this guy. Boomshot from Indonesia as well. He does have some very interesting picks in his draft. And also Monkey Class from Thailand. So all these players, they have proven themselves worthy to be in the Masters Cup Grand Final Round. They played magnificently. Like in terms of casting for the Southeast Asia English region side, right? Flynn, I tell you, this guy, he kinda outdid everyone. 1-3-0 against Black-Hearted, and also winning Remember YS, which is the probably the most Magnificent 4 Cup holder, if I'm not mistaken. One of the most, right? Because the guy always wins. So Flynn actually came out ahead 3-1. And his drafting were actually really on point. He did a lot of homework in terms of his opponents. So you can see, like in the first match when he was against Black-Hearted. Black-Hearted is a player which has insane amount of LD Net 5s. He did his research well, tried to counter his Wunsa. There's reason why Black-Hearted didn't really go for that unit after that, because he didn't have any wheel on his team. So very interesting. And then he did have that Wunsa pickup as well, to play mind games with the opponent. So here is the rulings for today. It is the SWC mode, and it's the best of 5 for all matches. So with SWC mode in play as well, it means that there will be pre-bans before the draft. And once again, we do have the top 4 players from each region, consisting of the Southeast Asia English-speaking countries, Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia. So very excited to see who will actually come out ahead in today's grand final round. Stay tuned to find out, as we will be hopping into the matches pretty shortly. And once again, there will be 2 coupon codes to be given out later on in the stream as well. So please stay tuned for that. Just sit back and relax and enjoy your Sunday evening. So in terms of Southeast Asia region, for the English-speaking countries, Flynn will be representing. The champion, of course, will be getting the real cup with the champion's IGN engraved, the SD figurine Atamel Archangel. So cool stuff. Runner-up will be receiving the Elia SD figurine as well. So Monkey Class, this guy, I do believe this person actually has the Chitian Dungeon, if I'm not mistaken. So in terms of LD Net 5s, he does have a very good CC lineup, and also able to pivot into second turn as well. Very strong player. We do have Boomshot from Indonesia and Poo LD from Vietnam. Can't wait to see these players fighting it out with all their might for the Masters Cup, because this is one of the first as well. So Flint today will be fighting against Boomshot from Indonesia, and Monkey Class will be up against Poo LD. The winner of the best of 5s in the semi-finals will progress onwards to the final round, and from there we will see who will be the champion for today. So once again, we will be having a Q&A minigame event later on during the live stream as well. And it's very simple really. All you have to do is to type in your answer in the comment section below, and also make sure to fill in the Google document form completely. These are the only 2 requirements for you to be able to be eligible for the lucky draw, which will be happening in the near future. And the one lucky winner will be walking away with a Rika SD figurine. So please make sure to join in. It's probably gonna be happening after the first 2 matches, alright? So now, we just need to wait for our players to get ready, and we'll be hopping into the matches pretty soon. Hope everybody is having a fantastic Sunday as well. And here we go. The matches has started. So Flint up against Boomshot for the first semi-finals of the Grand Final Round Masters Cup World Season 23. So the bands will be the Riley and the Moore. So Boomshot will be getting the first pick here. Going for the Molong, very interesting. We do not really see that unit picked up often on the first phase. Usually it's always revolving around things like the Oliver, apart from that, the Masha, the Fire Beast Rider, because those 2 are really strong in the current meta. So Flint taking away the Vert, because I do know Indonesian players, they really love to run their Triple Revenge 100% resistance Vertical. It can screw up the opponent's CC lineup really badly. So Flint taking away the Chiompong and going for the Vertical as well. So Boomshot has this Alexandra, the Duck Unicorn. A very strong unit with AoE glancing, very tanky on her side as well, including a Velagel. So these are very unconventional picks that we are seeing coming out from Boomshot. Really interested to see what kind of combinations he does have with his draft. And Flint falling back behind towards his Dominic. So Dominic is always a pretty safe pick, going for a Wusa as well, so that he has immunity, shield, and also some slight heals coming out from the Wusa's second skill. And Boomshot going for this Bulwark. So Bulwark here so far is just to mainly counter the Wusa. But yet again, Wusa cooldown is pretty long in terms of the 3rd skill. So Bulwark won't be having 5 stacks every single time. And locking in as well, it's the Juno. So what will Flint debut over here with the last pick is gonna be very important, because he does have a decent control in the form of the Chompong, some good damage output as well from Dominic. You know Dominic doing Dominic things. Whenever he gets 1 violent proc, it's enough to change the whole game situation. And going for a Nana. So Flint, the Nana pick is to counter the Bulwark Molong combination. So it doesn't seem like he wants to ban out those units. Maybe just one of them. But over here we can see, if Molong is removed, the big damage dealer is kinda non-existent on Boomshot's side. So 3 seconds left. And the bans are gonna be the Nana and the Dark Unicorn. Because Dark Unicorn with the glancing also pretty good against the Vertihall, especially when he has the Juno as the AoE stripper as well. So just want to remove one of those units. I think it's a very fair ban. So Wusa here needs to go big. Bulwark has 4 stacks. I feel like you just go for the immunity, but then he's just opting for the heal. Dominic trying to work on to the Villagel. There we go! Additional turn, able to remove that unit already. Just at the start. Vertihall getting a violent proc as well. But this will definitely kill off the Dominic. Unless he has very high damage reduction from water, but I don't think so. So over here it's gonna be pretty interesting to see. Is the control good enough from the Chumpong? So Molong gets stunned up as well. However, double stuns coming out from the Juno. That is actually huge. And Juno pretty low on health. The Vertihall needs to sustain as long as possible. Getting another Despair stun. 100% Despair stun rate on that unit so far. So Bulwark 2 stacks. Will he exhaust the heal? He's just gonna do it up. So Molong top back up to almost 3/4 health. Vertihall very low. It will definitely drop here. And Wusa. And the Chumpong left. I think it's safe to say Boom Shot might be taking this one. Because there's nothing much the Wusa and the Chumpong can do. If the Wusa goes for the immunity here, yeah, Bulwark is gonna get 4 stacks. Don't really want that to happen. So Reckless Assault. Just trading off that unit because Juno at the end of the day will be able to win the Chumpong any time of the day. So 1-0 goes to Boom Shot. Very good draft once again. Falling back behind to his Juno because he does know that his Juno will be able to counter things like the Chumpong. However, I think he got a little bit lucky because if let's say the Vertihall didn't get stunned up every single time, yeah, in another universe, right? It could be quite close for Flynn to clinch that one because Molong was quite low on health already. So next match is underway. Once again, the last rounds pre-ban were the Moor and the Riley. This time it's gonna be the Molong and Chumpong coming out from both sides for their pre-bans. And Flynn, does he really want to take away the Vertihall again? Yeah. First pick Vert. When you're going up against Indonesian players, they really love that unit. So Flynn is just trying to work his drafting around the Vertihall, which I feel like it doesn't really synergize with his drafting because from what I see before, he always goes for the more first pick into CC units. So he's very comfortable with those kind of high speed crowd control kind of comp. But with Vert, it means that you want to play a little bit passive. And Boomshot going for the Riley Bulwark right off the bat. Bulwark very early on though. So Flynn, I think just gonna go for the Nana and Dominic, yeah. Because so far, there's nothing on the side of Flynn that will actually gives any buffs. So that's not too bad. Pretty decent counter towards the Bulwark. So you don't really want to ban off the unit just yet. And now we are seeing the Wind Demon and also the Alessandra. So the Wind Demon definitely there just to be somewhat like a force ban towards the unit because Nana is in play and Flynn is gonna lock in his Juno and the Wind Robo. So Wind Robo Vertihall combination is actually quite solid. They'll be able to turn cycle really fast and hopefully the Wind Robo gets like quad stuns every single time. So he's banking on that and Boom Shoot is going for the Masha. Dominic is banned out as well. So on the side of Flynn, he really needs to kill off that Wind Demon ASAP, because it's gonna be a serious counter towards his Nana. Nana's passive won't be able to work. So Blade Fang comes right off the bat, and however, can he get 3 stuns? Failing to land the stun onto the Wind Demon. It's pretty unfortunate. However, now Vertihal will be able to turn cycle really quickly here, but Masha gets a turn. If he lands the armor break, actually got it, and Vert, I think, is dead, because Nana's passive don't matter. Yeah, it can't revive. Oh, this is scary. So Wind Robo already exhausted all the skills, and now Masha will be able to go to town with a normal attack. Pretty huge damage done onto the Wind Robo. Needs to remove that unit ASAP. However, double stuns. But Juno will be able to heal up a little bit. Oh, Masha top back up to full life. Oh, this isn't looking too good for Flynn. Seems like the first pick, Vertihal, isn't working for him. So Wind Robo just going for the strip here. And Juno pretty low on health as well. But yeah, like I said, the Nana isn't gonna revive anyone. So no Despair stuns coming out from the Nana, very unfortunate. And Juno needs to probably kill off the Alexandra first, getting a very nice stun. But I felt like the Wind Robo should have just went for the stuns onto the other 2 units as well. So Juno down to the last hit, and now it's 2v2. The Wind Robo needs to come in clutch. However, first punch already resisted the stun. That's so unlucky. And Mephisto is gonna be able to clean up the field, I believe, because the Wind Robo is so low on health. And Bolverk every time has some slight heals as well. There's definitely a not on Violet. However, next turn he has the stun. Flynn might be able to clinch this one. Bolverk down to the last hit, however, additional turn. And he's able to heal up a little bit more. Just 3k heals, but I think any sort of heal now kinda works. Has to remove that unit first. But he's just going for the normal attack onto the Mephisto. And Bolverk goes down, 2v1. However, on the side of Flynn, 2 units very low on health. Getting the stun, very important. Additional damage coming out from the Nana, pretty decent as well. And the Mephisto will drop, and it's gonna be a 1-1. That actually came in clutch at the end. Wow. Very close fight so far that we are seeing. Wind Robo. Yeah, do not underestimate his damage output, because with additional damage on the left and right artifacts, the second skill actually does pretty decent amount of damage even without armor break, as well as the Nana's normal attack. And the Nana always landing the attack break onto the Mephisto as well, so he wasn't able to do good damage output. And we are on to the 3rd round. So Wind Robo and the Riley this time will be banned out. First pick, Molong once again. Does Flynn want to break the Bolverk Molong combination? That is also another big factor here. Because Boom Shoot, so far we are seeing he has very decent counters towards the Nana lineups already. And yeah, Flynn just going for the Bolverk, and Vertihal, Boom Shoot just following up with the Dominic and Nana as well. So I think Flynn is just sticking to his roots, going back for the Water Ryu and the Chungpong. So 2 very decent damage outputs in terms of additional damage, and also able to have some good Despair stuns here and there as well as the pushback reset cooldown time onto the opponents. And locking in is the Sagar. So what will Boom Shoot ban over here? There's very decent controls coming out from Flynn, especially if Verdahal is in play. They'll be able to turn cycle really quickly with the 24% speed leader from the Moor as well. So Leo, I still feel like Leo might be the ban here coming out from Flynn. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna be the Leo and the Chungpong. So HP leader on the side of Boom Shoot, and Flynn is going for his Moor's lead, as expected. However, failing to strip everyone. Wow. The resistance is high on this Boom Shoot's team. However, Molong getting the provoke and the strip, but Dominic will be able to go to town soon. So Half-Life already getting the attack break on it as well. That is actually coming in clutch, because Dominic now, his damage scales with the attack is not gonna be hitting too hard. Yeah, literally no damage done onto the Sagar. So he's just gonna put the branding. However, Bulwark will be able to heal up a slight bit if he chooses to do it. Yeah, 18,000 onto the Dominic. Just going for the armor break. So the double provokes from the Abilio was actually pretty big, and getting the Despair stun onto the Sagar as well. First life of Dominic down. But look at the damage output from that Abilio. The Vert might drop once again, because Dominic is gonna move. Whoa. Down to 1 HP. The Vert needed that. And everything on the side of Flynn will be able to move once again. Has to kill off the Dominic here. There we go. And then now, Nana. There's no stacks. The Molong needs to probably finish up the Vert, but instead it's the Nana. So 3v3. Molong already used the Reckless Assault earlier. So no despairs, no stuns coming out from the second skill. Pretty unfortunate. Does the Abilio have the heal? I think one more turn, if I'm not mistaken. So needs to get the heal off ASAP. And Saga will be able to provoke once again. Alright, so one more turn, and Abilio has the heal up. But next turn, Sagar has the reset. So slowly working onto the Molong. And the reset, this one is gonna be very important. Who will he choose? Going for the Abilio this time. However, resistance. So that's actually big, and more goes down as well. Nana got stacks for days. And the Bulwark is kind of pointless here already. The Sagar needs to come in clutch. The heal comes, and Molong is back to full life. He does have the Reckless Assault, and Flynn concedes. So very good fight in terms of the drafting once again, because in terms of Boom Shoot, he's very happy to let the Vert and Bulwark away. Kind of playing mind games with the opponent, right? So when he picks a Molong first pick, you kind of want to break up the combination, but if you go Bulwark too early on as well, it's gonna be pointless, because Boom Shoot already knows what he kind of wants in terms of his drafting. And with the Abilio also very high on resistance, we can see earlier when the Moor stripped, nothing got stripped, and also resisting the Sagar's reset. I think that was actually very important. So we're on to the potential 4th round game-winning match for Boom Shoot here. He's up 2-1, and Flynn this time taking the Molong. For the pre-bans, it's gonna be the Dark Unicorn and the Cheongpong as well. So boom shoot, just going for that Dominic and Bulwark. So what will Flynn actually do here? Does he really want to pick the Nana as well? Going for the Vert and Win Robo once again. And the Riley is picked up again this time on the side of boom shoot. So Riley will synergize very well with the Dominic, but as we can see here, the damage output on the side of boom shoot isn't really significant if the Dominic is banned out. And there's no immunity on the side of Flynn as well, so the Bulwark will be most likely a sitting duck in this context. So Tiana, I don't think so you picked that unit. So we are actually seeing the Chiwu and the Occult Girl Charlotte. So Charlotte's also a pretty underrated unit, but if you have a very good synergy with it, it does control the team really well, because it's something like a Chimpong. Get the Atabar pushback. However, no resets, but you still can try to land some potential despair stuns here and there. And also the glancing as well. So Juno is last picked on the side of boom shoot. I feel like maybe you just ban off the Juno here. You should be comfortable fighting those 4 units. But yet again, usually the Riley is gonna be very high on resistance. So Flynn really needs to have some accuracy in his units. So Vertihal and Juno will be the bans. And once again, the 24% speed leader on the side of Flynn. And boom shoot just very comfortable going for his second turn units. So Win Robo needs to land some strips. However, failing to land the strip onto the Dominic and Bulwark. But luckily, there's a Chiwu in play. Glancing all round. That is very important. And Reckless Assault will be able to be exhausted here if he chooses to do so. Just going for the Riley. Needs to land the stun. Second stun, third stun. Everybody gets stunned up. And Riley is gonna drop. Now there's no more significant heals on the side of boom shoot, apart from Bulwark stack. But yet again, there's nothing giving the Bulwark stacks from here on out. It's just gonna be every single turn he gets 1. And Dominic likely will drop here as well. So once again, a very good showcase onto counters with the Bulwark. So taking away the Bulwark when your opponent goes Molong so far hasn't been really good. Maybe you just give that unit away? I have no idea. So, very interesting. 2-2. It's gonna go down to the wire. Literally the last round. Either one of these players 50-50 chance. Because I still feel like in this context, maybe pre-banning the Molong is very important, right? Because we are seeing both sides going for the Molong first pick. If not Molong, then the Vert. So, on to round 5. Who will come up ahead in this one? It all boils down to this match. So the last round's pre-ban once again was the Dark Unicorn, the Lazendra, and also the Chompong. Do we see a Molong ban coming up from Flynn? There we go. Yeah, because Molong has been playing a very huge role in terms of the success winning rate. And also, Win Robo will be banned out on the side of boom shoot. So very fast Vertihal pick. And what will Flynn do? Does he want to fall back to his crowd control? There we go. It's gonna be the Moor and Chompong. So boom shoot, whenever he sees this, I think he's also very comfortable with running the second turn units. Things like Juno, Riley, potentially. Riley, Leo as well, also decent. Because for Flynn, now he doesn't have the Wind Robo in play. So going for the Antares. And the Ken as well. Two very interesting units. Because Antares will be able to cut in between every single time the opponent moves. Especially when there's a Vert and Leo in play as well. They'll be getting so many turns. And Bulwark is to counter the Antares as well. So Laika is a very strong pick here. So Boomshot has to probably ban off that unit. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna be the Laika and the Riley. Whenever the opponent goes Leo Vert, Laika is a very hard counter. So while watching all this kind of drafting, we get to learn as well. Because all these players are in the top of their leagues. All in G3. So we'll be able to learn in terms of how they pick. And also who they focus on in the matches as well. Leo trying to kill off the Ken first. So big damage done onto the Vert. But failing to land strips once again. Yeah, every time. The resistance so high. So Vertihal getting the immunity up. And with Antares in the field, he needs to proc the passive. So far, not yet. So Chompong needs to go big here. Going for the pushback. Antares needs to get some passive procs. But it's been so many turns already. Antares passive still not working yet. And Vertihal is able to heal up back to half life already. That's not too good on the side of Flynn. His Antares is sleeping. So armor break landed only onto the Valadrol. It's been one full turn and Antares finally gets it. Getting a Despair stun onto the Leo. But Vert still surviving. Antares, there we go. We'll be able to kill off one unit here. Going for the Vert. But yet again, every time Antares gets a stack in terms of the Bulwark, when the Antares procs the passive. So Cheongpong will die towards the dot, and it's gonna be a 2v2. How do you remove that Bulwark? It's gonna be a very strong unit now. Because if Antares procs the passive, Bulwark has 5 stacks. Gets the very important stun. Trying to kill off the Leo, but Leo down to last hit. Able to kill off that unit. 1v1. Is Bulwark's heals enough? I am not sure. I feel like the Water Ryu will win. Yeah, but because there's nothing much the Bulwark can do. When the HP is lower on the opponent's side, it's not gonna be healing up enough. And Flynn will steal this one. 3-2. Insane fights. So, once again, coming down to the wire. And I feel on the side of Flynn, he attacked the right units every single time. So, he really needed to kill off that Leo. Because Leo will be a unit very strong against the Water Ryu later on, because there's Bulwark to just remove the passive, and every time a big torrent comes in, 10k damage that Morg will never be able to sustain. So Antares able to bring down that Leo before he dies. That was very crucial in that fight. So Flynn will be progressing onwards to the final. And he will be facing either Monkey Class or Pooh LD in the second semi-finals of the grand final round of the Masters Cup. So very interesting fight so far that we're seeing. So whenever, I feel like this one was a little bit different in terms of the drafting compared to what we saw in the preliminaries for the Southeast Asia English-speaking countries region. Because over there, we saw basically very high contest of units, things like the Masha and Oliver. So far, we haven't seen any of those units yet, apart from one time Masha got in. So Flynn securing his place in the final for the Masters Cup. And who will actually come out ahead in the next fight? I hope we get to see 5 fights for each set. It's gonna be interesting. So Monkey Class and Pooh LD, both very veteran players in the game. Always up there in the ranks as well. And yeah, like I said, we do have a Q&A minigame event later on in the stream as well. So just make sure to stay tuned for that. Very easy answer. A very easy question to answer, basically. And all you have to do is to type in the answer in the comment section down below. And also make sure to fill in the Google document form completely. That's the only 2 requirements that you need to participate in this one. All valid players that got the answers correctly will be able to participate in the lucky draw. Alright, here we go. So Pooh LD already at 1,906 points. This guy in the G3 region so early on for Season 24. Fighting against Monkey Class as well. So Shizuka and Masha will be banned off. So these are the units that we usually see most of the time being picked up. But however, when you're facing Boomshot, this player, he really loves to go for second turn pivot units. Things like the Molong, Riley, Verdahal, Bovert kind of style. And they're all very high on resistance, as you can see earlier. So Flynn able to slightly clinch that one hit. Pooh LD going for the Pontos and Gianna. Yeah, when there's LD in his name, he's definitely gonna be picking those units. And Monkey Class will be going for the Ragdoll, Oliver, and a Juno. So Oliver first pick, probably just to take away from Pooh LD, and then he's falling back, pivoting into second turn. So Molly is also a decent pick here because with Molly in the field, the glancing rate on the side of Monkey Class will be slightly higher. And Mouse will be the fixed damage dealer as well for his side. Because you do not really want to crit against the Ragdoll. Mouse, usually you don't really need any crit rate on that unit. And you'll be able to do very consistent damage as well. So it's a better unit to be picked up here instead of things like Dominic, because Dominic multi-hits, you probably crit at least once or twice, right? So Leo is a very strong unit to have when your opponent picks the Mouse. I still feel like it might be a force ban. And ending up with a Josephine as well on his side. So Pooh LD going for this Dominic, maybe? Locking it in. Yeah, I still feel Leo might be the ban here because if not, Miles won't be able to do much. Yeah, Monkey Class likely won't be banning off that unit. And there we go. It's gonna be the Dominic and the Leo ban. So Speed Leader on both sides as well. So for Monkey Class, it's gonna be quite scary because he doesn't really have any heals. It's just the shield coming up from the Josephine. So pretty big damage done already onto the Oliver, getting the stun as well. But failing to strip the Ragdoll though. So Juno just gonna go normal attack here. 2.1k additional damage per hit. Very good runes. And getting the silence onto 2. However, failing to land onto the most important unit, which is the Oliver. So Jenna getting stun up, taking heavy damage already. And now Oliver will be able to go to town with the Mega Impulse Gun, getting the reset onto the Pontos as well. So there won't be any clans coming in. And is Molly sustained enough getting the additional turn here. Able to put the shield to cleanse the Gianna. So Gianna likely will be able to get a bomb pretty soon. I think one more turn, right? But it might get resetted once again. Okay, there we go. Getting the additional turn, and we are able to see Oliver doing Oliver things once again. So already a lot of damage done onto the Gianna. So Pontos, no skills for the time being. And the mouse damage, although it's consistent, it's just not enough to bring down the Oliver soon. So still got quarter life. Josephine getting the very important provoke onto the mouse so that his Oliver will be able to sustain for a little while longer. So Despair stun rate coming up from Juno so far has been decent. And Oliver will be able to reset once again. But everybody's attack bar is quite low, so it's not able to turn cycle really quickly there. Slowly chipping the health of that Oliver. Getting a very important additional turn once again. Oh, poor LD might be tilted because of that unit. Oh, his mouse might drop. Very low on health. Has to kill. Alright, finally that unit goes down. 3v3. But Pontos is quite redundant in this draft day. Because if he goes for the invincibility cleanse, Juno will just be able to strip everything away. So Mouse this time just going on to the Josephine. Josephine, one more hit from death. If that mouse get a turn on. The Ragdoll getting a big torrent. Josephine getting a very important stun onto that unit. And Molly not able to cleanse more than that. The mouse HP situation is really low. Yeah, mouse might drop here. And it's a 3v2. But yet again, can Monkey Class still win this? Because if Molly is in play, will he be able to kill off that unit? Likely, right? Because Ragdoll has Torrent later on as well. So he has to work on to the Ragdoll first. But there's no damage output whatsoever on the side of Pool LD now. So getting very important resist, but once again, only Juno getting the debuff. So able to heal up the team a little bit more later. 10% for the Ragdoll. Yeah, just trying to sustain as much as possible. So Molly already down to almost last hit. It's not too good. Juno no strips yet. And the damage output on Pool LD side is insignificant. Because he's trying to work onto the Juno now. It's just like 1k per attack. Although the HP situation and the attack situation is already reduced quite a fair bit. So Molly just placing a shield here. One hit every time from the Ragdoll and Juno. One unit goes down. And Monkey Class have a very comfortable 1-0 lead. In terms of his drafting, yeah, we can see he picked the Oliver just so that you do not want the opponent to have that unit. And then still able to fall to a second turn kind of draft with the Oliver in the field. I think very well rounded in terms of the speed tuning as well. Obviously there's a Ragdoll in play to boost up the attack bar whenever the opponent crits. So yeah, kudos to Monkey Class. He drafted well over there. And we'll be heading into the second match. So once again, last round's pre-bans were the Shizuka and the Masha. So Masha getting banned out again, no love for her. And Oliver as well. So do we see Poo LD going for his Pontos once again? This time, taking away the Shizuka first. Yeah, Shizuka Pontos combination is also very scary. Invincibility for days. And also with the Gianna, right? So yeah, Poo LD has a very decent draft in terms of his LD net 5s. So Gianna will be removed from Poo LD side. Monkey class taking that unit away and falling back to his Ragdoll. So we could see earlier his Ragdoll also hits really hard. The damage output onto the Pontos later on in the fight as well, almost getting a one-shot. And Poo LD going for the Dominic. Dominic and Miles once again on side of Poo. He really loves those two units. And like I mentioned earlier in the stream, Monkey class, he has that Chi Tian Dunching. So, very good controls with the Light Monkey and also the Wind Robo. When Gianna is in the mix as well, very scary lineup coming out from Monkey class. So Pontos has to be picked up here. Pontos and a Josephine to wrap things up on the side of Poo LD. So Monkey class, does he actually need a speed leader here? He don't need it because, yet again, on the side of Poo LD, yeah, there's probably no units that can potentially one-shot unless Dominic gets an additional turn. So going for a Cheongpong here will be better. So more controls. Josephine is gonna be very annoying. And even if Poo LD gets the first turn, his Pontos goes for the cleanse. There's so many strippers on the side of Monkey class. So he's just gonna go with the Pontos ban and a Cheongpong ban for Poo LD as well. So Josephine needs to go big here every single time. Yeah, because if, let's say, Josephine gets one additional turn, it means that the passive is up. So it can be very annoying for Monkey class to able to have his combination the way he wants to. So Miles getting the first turn here. Will be able to potentially strip stun. Didn't get it. And now Blade Crush comes, failing to land the strip onto the Shizuka. But there's a Gianna to follow up. He can probably place a bomb first, but he's just gonna go for the strip. Josephine, can she get any provokes? Gets it and gets counter stunned. Now, this is the scary part for Monkey class draft because he has very good controls with the slow debuff as well on all the side of Poo LD. He's not gonna be moving really quick. You don't really need to exhaust the third skill yet on that Wind Robo. So I think just a normal attack would do. Dominic, however, getting an additional turn. Very efficient in terms of the rune quality on Monkey class. The Wind Robo very tanky. And now there's two bombs placed. And Ragdoll will be able to do some good damage onto the Dominic as well. However, Dominic removed the Wind Robo. So Monkey needs to stun here. Failing to land onto the Josephine. Has to go for this. Alright, so good control so far. Josephine getting stunned up. And the bomb damage actually very high on that Gianna. I think Monkey kinda outclassed Poo LD in terms of the draft. Once again. So Josephine is dead, and there's nothing a Miles can do. So it's gonna be 2-0. So taking away the Gianna from Poo LD, it means that he had to go very passive when he picks the Shizuka first pick. You had to fall towards your Pontos as well. So there's two units that probably won't be doing much. And then Josephine there is just to like kind of counter the CC lineup from the opponent's side. But as I mentioned, if it doesn't get any additional turns, the passive is useless after that because there's so many stuns and strips on the side of Monkey class. So pre-bans this time will be the Oliver and Masha. Do we see our first 3-0 for the grand final round of the Masters Cup? Potentially game-winning match for Monkey class. So Pooh LD needs to be able to draft slightly better here. So how do you work things around the Shizuka? By taking away the Gianna is also decent, but you'll be able to give the opponent some AoE bombs as well. So Gianna and Dominic once again on the side of Pooh LD. So Monkey class taking his time here. Does he want to go for a Masha is banned out. So do you take away the mouse? I don't think so, because Dominic is in play. So Ragdoll, Juno, I think no point changing up anything. It's gonna be somewhat the same as the first round. With Shizuka as well, I think it's better in terms of the Oliver in the first round itself. So Monkey class having this second turn pivot lineup really well. And Pooh LD going for the Molong and the Molly. So some sort of sustain and a big damage output from the Reckless Assault. And Wind Robo likely to be picked up here on the side of Monkey class. Together as well, it's the Nana. So Nana is always a favorite whenever you see the Molong Dominic or Molong Bolverk pickup. And Mephisto just to counter the Nana's passive. So potentially a forced ban there as well. So what do we actually see? It's gonna be the Mephisto and the Wind Robo ban out this time. And Monkey class, he probably needs to kill off the Gianna first, I guess. Because Gianna, in terms of the units that Pooh LD picks, it's likely gonna be the squishiest among all. So getting double stuns, only failing to land the strip onto the Shizuka. Shizuka will be able to go for the immunity here and AoE stuns as well. However, Dominic getting the additional turn very early on at the start and trying to work onto the Juno. So we can see Juno's damage is around 1006 per crit. And Dominic is just gonna be working onto that unit, I feel like. Changing up his damage output onto Ragdoll this time. That was actually very interesting. He should have just went for the Juno twice. Maybe he didn't expect the additional turn again. So Molong will be able to potentially go for a Reckless Assault if he chooses to do it, because Molong will be able to follow up with a heal. So big damage done onto the Nana already. So trying to kill off the Gianna. Big damage done. Additional turn. Nana 2 stacks. Yeah, Shizuka will be able to finish up that unit. And now things gets a little bit harder on the side of Pooh LD. No stuns as well. So one more stack onto the Nana. Gets a very important stun onto the Dominic again. So revive will be able to be placed. Just trying to reduce the cooldown time of the Shizuka. So Ragdoll 2 turns again. Dominic might drop here. Getting stun up. If Dominic dies here, I think game over. Yeah, all things in nature. And there's nothing much a Molly Molong can do because, yet again, if you Reckless Assault from now, Nana's passive is there, but you don't even need it because with the armor break intact, Ragdoll's damage is gonna be so high and it's gonna be a 3-0 clean sweep coming out for Monkey class. So he literally outclassed Pool LD in terms of his drafting and the gameplay itself. Really strong drafting coming out from him. I think he was very well prepared in terms of all the LD units being picked up on the side of Pooh, and also able to steal the Gianna away in the second round as well. Seems like the Molly Morlong didn't really work out too well in terms of the units picked up on the side of Pooh LD, because yet again, if you're running a little bit passive with Molly, Morlong Reckless Assault, yeah, I mean, you can probably bring down the first life of the Nana. That's about it. And yeah, when Dominic dies, there's just no follow-ups after that. So it's gonna be a 3-0 clean sweep. He'll be facing Flynn in the final of the grand final round of the Masters Cup World Arena Season 23. Who are you guys rooting for? Is it Flynn or Monkey Class? So far, we are seeing two of these players playing really well, especially in the preliminaries as well. I think both of them kind of had like some smooth sailing fights. Yeah. So far, no sweat for them. Although for Flynn, the 3-2 against Boomshoot, it was very close. So yeah, we do have our first code for today. Alright, are you guys ready? It's gonna be over here. Let me just bring it up. And it's Cheer for Great Master. Make sure to place this in ASAP because there's limited codes up for redemption only. So please make sure to use it once it is released here. Cheer for Great Master. You'll be able to get 100 energies and 1 mystical scroll. Alright, so hurry up. If you're on Android, then just hit into your game under notice, if I'm not mistaken, then scroll all the way down. Then you'll be able to input the game code over here. Just type in Cheer for Great Master. And we will be having a short break, alright? So stay tuned, and we'll be having more fun matches to come. Alright, sorry, we are back. Yeah, so once again, we do have the code over here. Cheer for Great Master, alright? So make sure to input that ASAP. Because there's only limited codes up for redemption only. And we do have the quiz show for now, alright? So, everybody, please make sure to answer the quiz game correctly, because all you have to do is to answer and type the answer into the comment section down below, and also make sure to also fill up the Google document form completely. Okay, very simple. This answer also you can find in game. Alright, so here we go. How many mystical scrolls can you acquire from the 60 days check-in event? Is it A, 20, B, 30, C, 40, or D, 50? Hurry up. Type in your answers, lock it in down in the comments below, and also make sure to fill up the Google document form completely. It is also stated in the pinned comment section down below if you can't find the Google document form. So once you do that, and if you answer it correctly, you will be able to participate in a lucky draw in the near future. And we will be choosing one lucky player to receive a Rika SD figurine, which includes a code that gives 500 crystals and 10 mystical scrolls. So, all you have to do is to answer this one correctly. Is it A20, B30, C40, or D50? Very simple. I believe in you guys. Yeah? Just answer it correctly and then fill up the Google document form. Okay? Once again, the question is, how many mystical scrolls can you acquire from the 60 days check-in event? Yeah, it's the one where you get like the 5 transcendence pieces a day. So by the end of that event as well, we'll be able to get a free Nat 5. So awesome stuff. All you have to do is to log in every single day. Do not miss out on this. Because with the Transcendent Scroll, you never know. A new toy might pop up because you can use your blessing as well. Alright? And also for those of you, just a reminder, tomorrow it's the Oliver rotation. So whoever is missing out on that unit, I think we are very happy for that unit to be appearing in the summoning stones. So if you do have some summoning stones and you haven't pulled either the Valadrol, the She-Ho, or the Oliver, please make sure to summon during next week itself. Yeah, Monday 12 PM onwards. So very excited for that one as well. Because we do see, if you do not have Oliver, Oliver is still one of the most picked units in terms of RTA because it still does have a very decent kit. As you can see earlier, I think a very good showcase. Even though now they changed the third skill a little bit, but you can still steal the opponent's full attack bar if there's any. And then going into a second skill, a lucky violent proc, and you have the skills once again. So still a really strong unit to have. Once again, please make sure to answer the quiz game. How many mystical scrolls can you acquire from 60 days check-in event? Is it A, B, C, or D? Lock in your answers down in the comment sections below. And please make sure to fill out the Google document form completely. Those of you who just joined in, you still got time. Alright? All eligible valid players who answers correctly will be able to stand a chance to win a Rika SD figurine. Alright? It's really cute. So please make sure to participate in this one. Free stuff for the viewers. Always good stuff. Alright? And who are you guys rooting for the finals? Yeah? Is it Flynn or Monkey Class? We'll be interested to see in that one as well. So later on, after the finals, we do have one more coupon code up for grabs. Once again, for the coupon code, please make sure to redeem it ASAP because there's only limited redemptions up for grabs only. Alright? So once you get it, once it appears on the screen, please make sure to do so as soon as possible, so that you'll be able to reap the rewards. Yeah, enjoy the mystical scrolls. You never know. One scroll, boom, Nat 5. Anything can happen. As well as the energies and also manas that you'll be getting from it. So how many mystical scrolls, once again, can you acquire from 60 days check-in event? For those of you who just joined in, welcome. And please make sure to answer this question as soon as possible. And also fill in the Google document form completely. Yeah, because it'll be ending rather soon. And then I think we are just gonna wait for the heads up. Likely the players are kind of getting ready and we'll be able to hop into it soon. So how are you guys enjoying your Sunday evening? Yeah, pretty good. Chinese New Year is coming up as well. So it's still like a festive season so far. We just had Christmas, New Year's. Yeah, 2023, we have to go strong as well. So hopefully this year you get your most wanted LD unit or your most wanted sort of Nat 5. Alright, so here we go. We are gonna be going ahead into a final round. We do have Flynn representing the Southeast Asia English-speaking countries region. And also Monkey Class coming from Thailand. And it's gonna be the Vertihal and Ragdoll band. So Flynn going for the Moore and Robo. Monkey Class picking away the Oliver first pick. So Monkey Class probably watched the matches earlier. And he was kind of afraid of the Vertihal. So he's just gonna remove that unit. And I think it's gonna be a contest of speed here. So we're seeing Masha picked up as well as the Gianna. So you kind of want to break up the Oliver-Gianna combination, potential combination there because of the speed leader. So Flynn going for the Miles. Miles very strong against the Masha. And he has 10 seconds left to probably potentially lock in his next unit. So it's gonna be the Chiwu. So Chiwu providing 24% speed leader, double strips as well. Actually triple strips. So Monkey class just pivoting into the Abilio and Shizuka just in case. Because Abilio, if everybody is 1 unit below 30% health, he's gonna get the turn on and able to heal up as well. So Flynn will be locking in the Chompong. Abilio will be banned out. So, do we see a repeat of the fight against Black-Hearted? Because I feel like Flynn's lineup, he doesn't have any immunity. Yeah, there we go. And Mouse will be able to move first as well, getting the additional turn. So we can see this Gianna is actually on Violent. However, failing to land the strip, but there's just so many strips for Monkey class to resist. And able to finally land it onto the Gianna. But now Wind Robo will be able to get a turn off potentially here. So bomb landed onto the Mouse. Gianna gets an additional turn. Masha needs to one-shot that unit. Gets it. And now this is the tricky part because on Flynn's side, he doesn't have the Wind Robo to go for the AoE stun already. And Shizuka will be able to go for the immunity, surviving by the skin of her teeth. And it's gonna be a 1-0. Really, really fast match coming out from Monkey class. So we could see earlier, if he actually brought down the Shizuka early on, if he had enough damage output, then I think it would be slightly favoring Flynn in that fight. But once Shizuka got that all things in nature, that skill really is so strong. Especially when you're running it with Gianna as well. AoE armor breaks, AoE stuns, all the good stuff that you can't really come back from that after that. So moving on to the second fight. So Flynn concedes very early in that one. Yeah, he kind of knows it. There's no comeback potential with the units that he was drafting there. And then now it's gonna be the Moore and Chi Tian Danxing ban out. But would have been nice to see if Flynn's Chi would actually move first. Going for the strip, then the Wind Robo to follow up with the stunts. Yeah, I think that was also a little bit of speed tuning problem coming out from Flynn. So Monkey class will be going for the Oliver and Gianna once again. And do we see Flynn going for a Masha pick? I think Masha is gonna be quite decent here. Masha Geo kind of thing, because you're already falling behind to the Shizuka pivot. But he's still fighting speed with speed here. Okay. So it's gonna be the Wind Robo and the Chiwu once again picked up on the side of Flynn. So what will Monkey class do? Going for the Wolyong, as well as the Chompong. So I think we're gonna see the Etna picked up here. Etna also very strong against Monkey class's lineup because of the high base speed. However, I still feel Flynn needs another speed leader, so he's going for the Ciara. So Ciara Shizuka combination also pretty scary. And what will Monkey class do here? Because on the side of Flynn, he does know that the Gianna is on Violent. So potentially just banning off the Wolyong actually might be the play here. So Triton has to be picked up. That is a very good pick. Who will the bans be? They have 15 seconds left. So both sides also got double speed leaders. That doesn't really change the outcome too much, because you can only ban one, and it's gonna be the Triton ban and the Atna. So over here we can see probably the Wind Robo will be the one moving first. Oh, the Wolyong so fast, getting the attack buff push up. And now Gianna with the attack buff bomb. Is it enough to one-shot that Sierra? We'll see about that. But everything will be moving on the side of Monkey class. Flynn getting outspat heavily, and there's nothing he can do. It's gonna be a 10-second fight, 2-0. Really fast matches. And we can see here, Flynn, he's always very confident with his speed, but when you're fighting Monkey class, this guy, the rune quality is on another level. Yeah, the Wolyong and Triton pickup was really handy for him, because with Wolyong is an attack bar buffer as well as providing attack buff as well for the team. And when you're speed tuned towards your Wolyong, yeah, your Chongpong is definitely gonna be moving. Pretty sure that Chongpong has like 190 despair minimum. Yeah, the rune quality is good on that guy. And Flynn losing 2 fights while picking super fast units as well. He just wanted to go first. And will we see him pivot into second turn? But however, Vert and Ragdoll, the 2 units that has the attack bar passive, are banned out. So it's gonna be very scary for Flynn now. He doesn't have any window of opportunity to screw around. He needs to win this, because this is potentially match winning for Monkey class. Going for the Oliver first pick. Flynn still sticking to his roots, going for the Water Ryu and the Wind Robo. This is gonna be scary. Yeah, I don't think Monkey class changes up anything here. He's just gonna stick towards what he drafted in the first round, which is the Masha and Gianna. So do we see Flynn actually changing up his draft? Alright, so 1 unit already changed here. He's going for the Praha instead. So still a lot of strippers on the side of Flynn. He does need some good damage, but he's pivoting into a Molly though. Very interesting. I am not sure about the Molly pickup though. Yeah, it has a very good passive, but it's only going to be healing 1 unit. That's about it. And now Monkey class can just go full on attack with the Dominic and also the Riley for attack buff. I don't think the Molly is enough to sustain the team. Although there's a Praha, but potentially one of those are gonna be banned out. So Flynn going for a Chongpong as well. So Chongpong once again banned out, and it's gonna be the Oliver ban for Flynn. He doesn't really want to deal with that unit. So do we see the crowd control on Flynn's side enough to kill off the Dominic first? It's very interesting. So getting the full attack bar and able to go for the stun. Getting it onto the Dominic only. So the Water Ryu trying to do as much as he can. And then from here, on Flynn's side, his damage output is non-existent already. And Riley even resisting the sleep. Yeah, because for Flynn, he already used up all of his skills. And Riley will be able to cleanse. There we go. So Gianna will wake up. Dominic still sleeping. And Masha with the attack buff is gonna be so scary. Still gets a crit onto the Wind Robo. Almost getting one-shotted there. And Molly able to sustain a little bit more. But then everything is resetted. Now Gianna will be able to stun potentially 2 units here. Probably placing a bomb onto the Water Ryu. There we go. and going for the double stun. So it's not looking too hot for Flynn. His Water Ryu doesn't seem like it's on despair as well, because so far we're seeing it doesn't really do too much. It's just like additional damage coming out from that unit. And the Wind Robo, I think, will definitely drop pretty soon, because Dominic and Masha is moving. How are you gonna kill off 2 of those units? And Gianna next turn already has the critical error up. Water Ryu goes down, Wind Robo goes down, and I think it is pretty much over from here. So Monkey Class literally winning all of his fights today. I don't see how he loses here, because Praha goes down, and yeah, like I said, if you're committing to the Water Ryu, going for the Molly at the end isn't really that good. So congratulations to Monkey Class. He's the champion for the Masters Cup Grand Final World Arena Season 23. He will be receiving the Masters Cup trophy with his name engraved on it, and a SEAEN Atamel SD figurine. However, the runner-up Flynn will also be getting an Elia SD figurine as well. So 3-0 clean sweep on the side of Monkey Class for the finals, and also for the semi-finals and the final matches as well. So his drafting were on point. Like I said, I felt like that round, if you're sticking towards your draft with the Moore and Wind Robo, you shouldn't be pivoting into second turn with the Molly, because you already used two units for your draft. You only have 5. So pivoting there is like not here, not there kind of thing. And your drafting won't be that efficient already. So we do have the second code for the night here. It is gonna be have a great S24. Alright? Type this in. Have a great S24. You'll be able to receive 100,000 mana stones and also 1 mystical scroll. Hurry up and do so, because that's limited up for grabs only. Yeah. If it expires, then I'm sorry. So hurry up and type this in. Only limited redemptions up for grabs, and you'll be able to receive 100,000 mana stones and 1 mystical scroll. So kudos to Monkey Class. He really outclassed everyone today. Yeah, his name, so good. And also, congratulations, he actually gets the Masters Cup trophy with his name engraved on it, and also the Atamel SA figurine. Kudos for Flynn putting up a very good fight. Although he kind of stick towards his roots, going for speed all the way. But yet again, Monkey Class has the answers towards those kind of drafts really easily for him. And yeah, a very good showcase was actually the second fight, where he suddenly brought up the Woyong out of nowhere. And then Woyong also having a very good Swift Runes set, and also the Triton as well. Triton, most of the time you won't be able to outspeed because the base speed so high. Yeah, and yeah, good job to Monkey Class. Very good fights all round. And once again, please type the code in, have a great S24. You'll be able to receive 100,000 mana stones and 1 mystical scroll. So with that being said, this concludes the end of the Masters Cup World Arena Season 23, hosted by Comtours. Congratulations to Monkey Class from Thailand. He played magnificently. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed every bit of it. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.